Hello, everyone. This is Lucas. I will be your broadcaster and shoutcaster today. Welcome to our final streamed game of the regular League of Legends season, this 2023 spring season. So happy to be here. And today I'll be joined with.
Hey, hello. I'm Alfred Lee from Brooklyn Tech. I'm a sophomore, and yeah, pretty exciting game. This is the last one we got
This is.
up until playoffs.
Yep, we've gone pretty far to get here. A few hit and misses there, but overall, very happy with how this season has gone for everyone, both in the players, the teams, the captains, and all of the staff we've had. It's been wonderful being here. I'm glad I've been able to be a part of this with all of you guys. And we're getting ready to get this show on the road. Today it's going to be Brooklyn Tech versus Staten Island Tech. We got the battle of the techs over here. This
Yep.
is going to be hopefully a very exciting match.
Burrow versus Burrow.
Burrow versus Burrow. I wonder how this one's going to go. We should be ready to start shortly. So, while we're just waiting to catch up, I think I would like to say that this is the last weekend of games before we finish the season. So, with our playoffs upcoming, we're happy that this is how the season has gone, and that we'll have more information about playoffs upcoming soon. But we know it's going to be a super exciting experience for everyone. So we
Yep.
hope you guys will continue to support us, and as we keep going through the season.
Stay tuned for the playoffs. It'll happen somewhere in the near future, hopefully.
Yep. But that was for another announcement. I think we are ready to get into the
Great
game
start.
now. Just confirming with our lovely teams here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I genuinely cannot predict how this game is going to go. On both sides, we have pretty excellent teams.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the exact standings of both, but I know that Staten Island Tech has done exceedingly well in the season since the first game I've streamed with them in the very first streamed game against I.
Um, we we do see a bit of Staten Island Tech having higher ranks than Brooklyn Tech, but who knows? Since getting your rank happens in solo queue, while this is a planned game with your teammates communicating.
Excuse me.
All right.
Oh, can you just do a volume check for me, Alfred?
Yep, volume's working. Hear the pings.
All right, it's lovely. I will have the chat up the whole time as well. Hopefully, you guys are as excited for this as we are. It seems they are getting ready. They are currently designing their drafts right now. You have some pretty important prio picks on both sides, I believe.
Mm,
Not as much against teams like Sty, where they have like very obvious picks and bans, but
yeah.
Brooklyn Tech does have their fair share of seeming one tricks on both sides, of course. We do see aeroliners a lot on a very heavy DPS picks like the Yon and Silas, but the same can be said about players like Darker Aiden. Is he even in today's game?
I mean, throughout the season, we've seen a lot of Jace, Diana, and a lot of focus on the ADC.
AC is a very important role right now,
Yeah.
but in today's, I was just taking time to appreciate how large Brooklyn Tech's roster is. I'm like trying to figure out who exactly is playing in this roster here. They have a very large club. That's very surprising and very
Yeah, it's
unique.
pretty big.
Honestly, a little jealous as the head of the Francis Lewis Club to have that much support for a team. It brings a tear to my eye, truly.
I mean, you gotta take in consideration Brooklyn Tech is massive.
But still, the dedication to play through the whole season, barely missing any games, having this many
Yeah,
players, it's very beautiful. These are the kind of players that we hope we continue to get as we keep going through our seasons. Okay,
and
I
they're in.
I don't know what's going on in this. Their draft must be extremely interesting.
Oh, well, at least we know that
Yeah.
Jace is still up there. Oh man, they're fighting over Jace.
Who on Staten Island plays Jace in the first place? Oh, Beer Nasher. The Volibear One Trick apparently plays Jace, ladies and gentlemen. This is news to me.
Well, I truly wonder why is there so many Jace picks this season? We seen a lot top, we seen a lot mid. Nope, okay.
My team is poor. Okay. So at least they are taking into hindsight what has happened in previous streams where
Oh yeah,
players have
right.
not owned every champion, so they are taking that into account.
Wait, extremely curious. I think for one of the previous games, did not own Viego, and that
Viego. Yeah.
yeah, that caused a lot.
That has happened to many teams. Many teams have been victim of said poorness and blue essence, and it's honestly, I still point the blame at Riot. I think that I think they recently lowered the prices of every champs, and I
Yeah,
think that was very much needed. Even though I still don't own every character at level 600, so oh,
yeah, it's very hard. Oh,
finally
and we're
we
in.
are hopping into champ select. Let's
Success.
go, ladies and gentlemen. Let us go. So now
All
let us
right,
see how this draft really plays out here.
all right. We're on to our first bands from Brooklyn Tech, and what do they hover?
Surely they do not miss bands in the actual draft like they were on the website.
Yeah, and we see the first band is Emilio.
Going
Oh,
straight for the bot side for both teams. That's very iconic, to be honest. And
yeah.
there are very
Oh,
few teams where I see many top side bands.
looks like all the bands are they already know what they're banning. Annie. Annie, Emilio, and Nunu and William.
Nudu and Willump. Nudu and Willump is quite possibly that's the first time I have seen that champion banned in a competitive environment in a
Ooh,
very long time. So I'm
in
very
four.
curious as to
Oh, there's Space.
whom plays Nudu and Willump.
Necrom. Jinx as their ADC for Stand On Tech.
Wait, okay, wait. I'm sorry, but this is absolutely hilarious to me. But in the only person I see who plays Nunu on Staten Island Tech is Beer Nasher with a 0% win rate over 2 games. So I am not entirely sure where that ban is coming from, but I guess they have insider knowledge that such a pick is to be feared. I mean,
It's real interesting.
this is real interesting. This champion select. This is just throwing like curveballs at me from every direction. None of these picks are like fitting
None of these
into
picks we have
my
seen.
my esports brain. I am looking at like highly NA solo queue draft right here. I feel like I am playing a ranked game, and it is making me very excited. Like this, this is
So
very
some of these
iconic.
bands are a bit awkward as well.
I feel like that might be a result
Timo?
of mistiming due to them having it drafted on Pro Draft for the sake of like picking characters they all own. But at the same time, it really makes you wonder how were these picked in the fact that we have very like they picked Garen.
Okay,
I
I know it's a trend with Brooklyn Tech's bands is that they're all like small characters.
ah, maybe we do got a theme going on here as
I
well.
don't know. Is Brooklyn Tech trolling just because it's the final game? I don't know. It's pretty funny to think if it'd be pretty funny to see if they were trolling.
Nah,
You know,
I
it'd be
want to give
funny.
them the benefit of the doubt here and saying that those are all like professional pick bands against a team that they maybe have scrimmed against heavily. Like maybe they just have knowledge that I don't have as like a competitor. You know, I don't
Yeah, you're
remember
right.
the last time I played against Staten Island Tech. In fact, so like
I,
this is all of these picks are quite the shocker to me.
I,
Uh, we
I
do
don't
see
understand the
very
picks myself.
yeah, these is going like a little bit closer to like modern day drafting. I think in the last two picks on both sides at the very least, the Lilia and Soraka pick from Staten Island Tech, I want to say I have respect for, but I don't because both of those characters, in my opinion, are
Yeah.
not enjoyable to play against in my experience against solo queue. But it makes more sense that those characters are being picked compared to some of the other more unusual picks that both of these teams can have in their back pockets. So like it brought me back to like a sense of normalcy, you know, like a like inner peace in this draft.
Some of these picks we have never seen before, and these are probably the only times they're going to get picked.
I mean, like, hey, it's the finals, right? So we need to
The
have
finals.
some new show, some flair.
Yeah.
Maybe get this show on the road. You know, hopefully, this looks like to me it's gonna be an explosive game. But Brooklyn
Yeah,
Tech
it's going to be very
does
well.
have like a slow scaling team. Both teams honestly have like slow scaling, but with like a few explosive points here and there. So like you got a Hecarim on Brooklyn Tech that hopefully can run around and just get his whole team ahead. But at the same time, you have like very strong meta picks, the Jinx and the Lilia, the Jace that maybe just do what meta champs do, you know?
Yeah.
Meta with like an asterisk here. I have a lot of bias against them. So
Definitely Brooklyn
I
Tech has a lot more team fighting with Ornn, Hecarim, Zaya, and Vladimir. All their alts can combo and synergize with each other pretty well.
that is very true. Might see a lot of focus on team fighting here. No, maybe not. It depends. I How familiar are you with both of the playstyles for these teams? Like, could you
Uh,
look at them and go like, yeah, I think they will do this? Because for Staten Island Tech, I believe that they really do play like very. I don't want to say isolated, but in my experience against Staten Island Tech, usually it's been one lane or like solo advantages get pushed across the map rather than teams like coming together to really stomp. You know?
I feel I feel like for Brooklyn Tech, it's either all or nothing.
Oh,
They either win lane or they don't.
they win lane or they don't. Okay.
Yep.
Well, that certainly will put this game at a very dangerous edge for them.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of true though because, well, I don't remember the exact match, but in there was a match I think from Brooklyn Tech where we saw 2 out of 3 lanes win, and that last lane was the cause of their downfall.
Uh, well, these variant. I'm like, it happens to the best of us, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, for the very last game, hopefully that explosiveness that Brooklyn Tech can have can like skyrocket this game into like one of the most exciting games we've had so far.
hmm We're going in 5 seconds left on the spectator delay.
All right, let's take a look at
And we're
the
off.
chat. We are off. Hopefully, Did the betting on Twitch already happen? I think I missed it. I'm not sure what happens. Oh, it's a prediction. The prediction is heavily favored to Staten Island Tech in
Understandable.
the prediction pool on Twitch, with 8 people to 2. That is.
Yikes.
Oh, what the? Okay, my phone just started automatically playing Instagram Reels. They know, yo. They know.
They know. We're
They're
about to see
listening
a
to me.
sick highlight clip.
Speaking of Instagram Reels, you should probably, does Esports do Instagram Reels actually, now that I think about it, before I like
Probably.
shamelessly plug them and I don't even know?
I don't know. That's something I have to go check.
Yeah, wait, well, okay. I got the spectator bug, so I am going to just fix that real quick. Because
We
love
love
League
the
of
Riot
Legends.
client.
We love League of Legends.
We love Riot client. It is not broken whatsoever.
Quick fix. I still am absolutely ecstatic that in the very first game that we had, that this issue was able to be completely bootlegged fixed. I'm not sure how many times this has been used, but it's absolutely hilarious to me that this is like an actively occurring thing that needs to be happening. Should the games work? So we are good
games.
here, and we are good to go.
Alright. Alright, so we're starting off. Let's see. Looks like.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Oh, wait, we see a 5-man group up on Staten Island Tech on top side. Maybe we're looking for something?
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh, wow. Wow, they went for full cheese. Wow.
Okay. Alright, there
Alright,
we
Santa.
go.
You see Staten Island
We're in
Tech.
game normal, or I don't really know if you can call this a normal start by Staten Island Tech.
They somehow found their way inside Brooklyn Tech's jungle, and
We do see a little bit of a camping scenario here, but
yeah.
Brooklyn Tech does seem to be in the know of this. You do see their bot lane coming up.
Oh, looking for something?
Ooh. And there's not that much of a trade going on. Just got both top laners here.
Are they? Uh-oh.
Ooh. Brooklyn Tech does seem to be moving on this though.
Adds a lot of damage.
This goes with the whole team up here. Surely.
Oh, but everyone's here.
Flash out. You're an Asher, flashes out.
Flash.
The whole game of Brooklyn Tech is up here for
Everyone is
Garen
here.
Flash. This is quite the start of the game for Brooklyn Tech.
Yep. Who would have thought the entire Smash Bros roster would be there on the blue buff?
Everyone is here, said Brooklyn Tech, as they defend Hecarim's blue buff. Now, whether that will have detrimental effects on their bot lane is to be seen, but that is a full wave of XP lost for both the ADC and the support without much gained. So,
Oh. That's a whole Conqueror stock. And the Ignite.
ooh, very close. Very close by Ruin Asher. But yeah, this is now quite very awkward state for Brooklyn Tech. As with such an aggressive start, Staten Island Tech really didn't lose that much. Both of their solo lanes were able to gain advantages with the Ignite Garen having so much pressure against the defensive tank like Bo1 early. So it was really, both these lanes were just put to a standstill by the early fighting that really had no effect for either team.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Do see Kitchen Lover hovering in the top side, the trading in the bot side. Hecarim is full clearing of a gamer. He is hopefully pathing to help his bot side. Possibly a dive moving top. You do see Jace moving up as well. Well, we do got a dive going on top.
Oh, we do have that?
Can Jimtastic get away with the kill? And the first
Oh.
blood goes to
Oh,
Jimtastic!
shit!
Can he get the outplay? The double kill
Oh,
to
the
Jimtastic! Oh my goodness. It looked like a rough start, just suddenly became so favored for Brooklyn Tech. He just took that two-man dive with such a little HP and he turned it completely around. Super well played by Jimtastic.
Oh. Let's see, mid lane. Okay. And Yuki might be dead here. Oh,
Ooh.
flashes.
Another double kill bot. All of Brooklyn
Oh.
Tech just scored solo kills
it's-
on their laners. What looked like
Whoa.
a solo kill on Yuki by Airliners just completely turned around. You weren't able to see what was going on. But at the same time, their Brooklyn Tech's bot lane was able to just completely turn around what should have been with a gank from Evergamer Cool from his full clear. They were able to 2v2 kill it with a nice chunk. Amazing
Wow.
start by Brooklyn Tech.
Up already by 2k gold.
And just
see
like
Epic
that,
Gamer
the
Code?
position seemed reversed between these two teams, with Epic Gamer able to just walk into Kitchen Lover's jungle without any fear, just like at the start of the game.
Wow. Can we see Epic Gamer Cool salvaging mid wave?
We do see neither jungler going for this first drag spawn, with both bot lanes just getting to lane now.
It's gonna be very rough for Staten and Tech to try and recover from this one. But it is possible.
Well, it is the early game, right? So we did
Yeah.
say in the Champs Select that both teams were very slow scaling. So with only around a 1k gold lead, it's not just over yet. So we will see if maybe some help from Kitchen Lover can get Staten Island Tech back into this lead that some of their characters need to stay a little bit. We do see Garen hitting level 6 on this all-in. Here Nasher trying to get the kill, but Ornn is just too tanky right now.
Wow. Airliner are unable to engage take on Yuki with just that Vladimir pool.
These very passive lanes seem to be getting the better of Staten Island Tech. Big engage by
Nasher might
Jimtastic.
not hear.
With even a level down, he's able to outtrade Gira Nasher. And it just shows really just how much that early gold matters. And Gun Yuki himself going for a separate all-in, taking quite a similar trade with very, very both laners getting such low HP. We'll see if Jimtastic here can get anything, and Gira Nasher does secure that kill with Ignite, the kill pressure that he's been holding on to this whole time. Recovering that much from that early dive with his quite large CS lead. We do see Brooklyn Tech's bot lane going for another all-in. Both summons coming out from Staten Island Tech here.
My Ender Dragon might.
Ooh, Angelica went for the aggressive play and got punished.
Epic Gamer Cool is here.
Epic Gamer Cool, can he pick up both? He definitely picks up Extremely Curious, making that quite the worth trade for Brooklyn Tech, even though they did lose one, but losing an ADC on such a huge wave is going to be very detrimental to Extremely Curious scaling on such a late game pick like Jinx. This is a very, both teams looking incredibly bloodthirsty with their trading here, making it to look like this is going to be one of the most exciting games we've had so far. With already only 7 minutes in, there's 8 kills on the board.
Oh, he's looking. Oh, he wants it.
Now, Mirror Nasher is full level up. He's trying to heavy trade against this Ornn. And we saw it work last time with the all-in potential he has, where Summoner Spells are up. But Jimtastic just has that early armor, going for the early Sunfire, that he just shrugs it off. And we'll see how much he can get in this wave state. We see both junglers looking towards the top side as well, with Epic Gamer starting to herald. So we do see Staten Island Tech both moving up. The Jace will spot the Hecarim. Jimtastic looking like in a little trouble. We've seen this one before. But this time they learn from their mistakes and they don't go for that heavy dive. Fantastic getting a little ballsy, moving that close to the Garen, that little HP. Pure Nasher just out of range to secure that kill with the justice of Demacia. Now, this is greedy from Jimtastic.
Yeah,
That-
he had ult.
We could have seen that one coming from a mile away, but those creeps, man, they do that to you.
Yeah.
Gotta get those cannons.
And we see right now the Staten Tech has actually turned their gold lead around. They're the ones in the lead now. Even though being 3-6, Staten Tech is triumphing in gold.
You know, see, these are the leads from just pure CS, from the lane advantages that Staten Tech has with these passive picks from Brooklyn Tech. So we have the pure Nasher able to play super aggressive against Fantastic. Extremely curious, even with that last death, still being even and a little bit ahead of Ender Dragon because of the early delay. At least in pure CS numbers.
Yeah. Oh, they're looking for the drag. Looks like they're gonna catch it.
Without pressure in mid and bot, Brooklyn Tech is not able to contest that dragon. You see Epic Gamer just passively farming, trying to stay ahead in his levels. We do got fights going on in both mid and bot on both sides. And then Yuki taking a big chunk. Both mid laners taking large chunks there. Big fight. We do have summoner spells up on both of them still, so it could be explosive here if either of them tries to go for a play.
They're looking for it.
Ooh,
Oh,
then
flash
Yuki
is
flashes
in.
in.
Oh,
And that's it. That is it.
that's both the flash and ignite.
Maybe a misplay from Ganyuki, or maybe damage.
Oh,
Oh, and the
and
snipe from
zero.
Extremely Curious picks up that misplay from Ganyuki, taking too much damage from that attempted all-in. Fantastic here trying to break the freeze that Beer Nasher was setting up. But he looks like he's going
here comes
for as
gold.
much as possible, going for the all-in here. Able to chunk out the Beer Nasher on the Garen.
Angelica in a bad position.
Angelica does get caught out without Ender Dragon there with to support them. Once again, Gymtastic is playing super aggressive against Pure Nasher. You see the Ignite coming out, and the kill
Lives
pressure
the
almost there. Lives barely, almost nothing. Epic Gamer comes in for the support. What is going on here? So close, Pure Nasher almost picks up the kill and trade in the 2v1 flash coming out of Gymtastic, but that would be what we call in the business a jungle gap, fellas.
Oh, well, flash.
Huge
Oh!
play by Ender Dragon, but Typical Sounds is there with the flash, the summoner spells to heal is what Soraka does best, and Extremely Curious comes out in that 1v1 trade. Very good attempt by Ender Dragon though, trying to take advantage of the Jinx's positioning close to the tower. But unfortunately just slightly short of the damage needed to go. You see Ganyuki moving down. Maybe he can make a play, trade for his lost ADC.
You hear the ping going off? Oh. Well,
Angelica and Ganyuki do look to be going for Typical Sounds, but Kitchen Lover is here to make a play. And they trade 1-for-1 again, so Brooklyn Tech going major negative on that play, losing 2-for-1 with so many spells burned.
Wow, just a few fights. Oh.
And Arrowliner's just completely stomps Evergamer Cool. Like, to the skies coming out, just full combos, and he's gone. Arrowliner's just showing dominance in his mid lane. One item, Jace hitting a spike, just able to punish greedy jungler going for mid CS. And he takes so much for it as a result. Arrowliner's now showing a significant lead here.
We see Brooklyn Tech and Staten are now equal in kills, but Staten Tech is up in gold.
Staten Tech is going for very aggressive plays here, but Huge ult from Angelica comes out. They're able to make a big play happen here. But Ender Dragon goes down, not having not having his EO to recall his feathers and pick up the kill onto Extremely Curious. And very upsetting with such a huge encore coming out. Or such a I don't know what to say. Angelica's looking for the solo kill. Extremely Curious though. He's able to pick up the 600 bounty.
Wow.
That was a greedy back placement from Extremely Curious.
Oh, here comes the gamer cool.
He's looking for airliners to shut down this chase, maybe get revenge for his last death to him in the mid lane. But the phase rush comes out and airliners just walks away.
Unfortunate.
Yuki's looking to pick it up himself.
He's going for it. He wants it, but the Soraka ult.
Yeah, the Soraka ult blocks the damage essentially from the ignite coming out of Ganyuki.
Oh, here comes Soraka.
His E not hitting. And the gamer cool is back, but he doesn't have his ultimate up. There's nothing comes out of it. We see Kitchen Lover coming down to close and pincer Brooklyn Tech, and it looks like they're both just going to be going down. They get over with the blast cone, but they're completely cornered in the Baron pit, and they both go down. It's such an aggressive play by Brooklyn Tech.
Wow.
I'm gonna say, I'm going through my water so quickly. This is such an aggressive game by both teams. So many plays going on at once. Staten Tech just trying to own the map, get these towers. And Gymtastic's just forced to watch as his tower falls.
Oh,
and goes for the kill.
Gymtastic might be dead here.
And for Demacia, Gymtastic goes down once again. From such an early start, you do see the power that an aggressive pick and the Ignite Garen has over a slow scaling pick like Ornn.
We see the ping is going crazy. I don't know from which side it's from, but they're there.
I do believe that is from Staten Island Tech, just as Kitchen Lover gets the drag. Not entirely sure, maybe just some friendly banter. This is quite the hectic game.
Yeah.
We do see Yuki looking close to getting caught out by airliners. He's making the fight, but he doesn't have the damage to make it to pick him off himself, so he's forced to use the flash.
Here comes the gamer cool.
And the gamer cool comes in, and he's looking for the kill and Extremely Curious.
And here's the rest of the team.
Is there. Kitchen Lovers gets completely caught out by Ender Dragon. Oh my goodness, we got people falling on both sides. Extremely Curious is able to pick up 2 in the trading 1 for 2 overall. Well played by Ender Dragon to pick up Kitchen Lover, but at the same time, Epic Gamer Cool was completely overextended, dying 2v1 to the enemy bot lane.
Staten Island Tech is up 2 drags, and the map has changed to Mountain Soul.
We do see, oh my goodness, the skies coming out once again from airliners. He just completely Goomba stomps Ganyuki out of this plane of existence. Fantastic once again going for such an aggressive play, but at this point in the game, Staten Island Tech is just running away with it. Their scaling carries are just way too far ahead for Brooklyn Tech to deal with. There's the Jace and the Jinx, both sitting on plenty of golds here. With the Jinx, with Extremely Curious, almost able to fully buy Infinity Edge, with which she'll basically just be unstoppable at that point. If a Gamer Cool is forced to run in his own jungle as Gurren Asher just walks in and autos the blue away from him.
Tuck is blue.
Now, looking from such a great start, Brooklyn Tech is just looking on to be such the back pedal in this game. With all of their laners down levels.
Yikes.
what just happens. Did they
Oh.
pause?
What's this pause?
Okay,
Oh,
well, we're
we're
back.
back.
I'm not entirely sure what happened there. I thought that was my internet, to be honest. That scared me a lot. But it does seem to be like a pause from just one of the players. I'm entirely sure what went on. But the game is just back at the standstill. Nothing to fight for. Both objectives down for another couple of minutes. The Staten Tech is just looking to push and push and try and get these last remaining tier 2 towers down so they can open up the map even more and have full control of the Broken Tech Stronghold.
Wow, that CS leads makes a huge difference with Baron Asher being up almost 90 CS compared to Gymnastic.
Angelica walking up to that bush trying to just poke at airliners and just so quickly punishing what seems like not even a mistake. And Angelica just goes down with an empowered shock blast. And Airliners is looking ridiculously strong in this game right now.
It's
You know,
up, I think for Brooklyn Tech, it's up to Ender Dragon to try and beat a hero.
and we do see Ender Dragon with 4 kills. He's doing the best on his team, but he's still very far down. 30 CS down his counterpart. He's fighting airliners, and he's able to get out with a really well-timed ultimate, but he's just not able to pick up a kill, and he's forced to run away. Use his flash.
Oh, Evergamer
Evergamer going for the Soraka, able to pick up the kill with the extended Seraphine ult. Airliners finally goes down. Evergamer getting such big plays for his team, able to pick off one of the most fed players. We do see Extremely Curious able to just rock out though, as Brooklyn Tech is forced to back to match Baron Asher's split push. Ender Dragon in a bad spot here, forced to use his Ghost as Baron Asher just runs up, threatening such powerful kill pressure. Ganyuki going for the solo kill on Extremely Curious, but he will be picked off for his mistake. Super well played by Extremely Curious, just to land all of Jinx's kit there and show Ganyuki that on the same level that ADC can't just be stomped like that.
Oh wow, that's unfortunate, especially when Dragon's up.
It looks like Evergamer did not learn from his past experience with airliners defending that turret. Once again, gets crushed by the hammer.
Down.
Baron Asher does go down. Unfortunately for Brooklyn Tech to Angelica, the support, such a big bounty, not going to Ender Dragon, but still the greedy play of Baron Asher to just almost a display of dominance, knowing you can't defend these towers, spinning to winning all over Brooklyn Tech. He will go down for such an aggressive play, but not much is lost for Staten Tech.
It looks like it's a fight for the dragon, with Staten Tech being the clear winner.
Yeah, fight is a little much considering the ambush from airliners. Just it's sitting in a pinked bush, just completely decimating Evergamer Pool, who looked like he had a chance after such a great team fight not too long ago. Staten Tech is looking just to close out the game with a quick Baron. You see Extremely Curious and Airliners both moving towards the pit, looking just to cleanly close out the game. Just 12,000 gold ahead. Such a difference from how the start of the game went. You see Evergamer running, sprinting as fast as he can to his top of the fingers, trying to see if he can make it on time. He's going to attempt to steal. But the 2 AD carries, Jason Jinx, able to just shred down Baron. Didn't even stand a chance.
Here comes Baron Asher. Oh, 3-on-1. Will he take the fight? Probably not. Nope, he does.
hold down in the 3v1, 3 levels up on the entirety of Brooklyn Tech. Airliner's getting extremely greedy here. She will go down to Ganyuki. That's only one part of Staten Island Tech's onslaught. We do see 3 matching here. Nasher moving up. Such aggressive. Ooh, my goodness. Ender Dragon is able to get such a great pick onto Extremely Curious.
Oh my
Huge
goodness.
recall of the feathers, and he's able to pick up all of these kills, bring a little bit of momentum, some hope back into the game, but Vera Nasher is still full HP, such a huge threat on this base. And so close to his Nexus, Ender Dragon is forced to recall, and Vera Nasher is able to just shred the base. Typical sounds will go down though as Epic Gamer Cool does a drive-by. Let's see, but at the end of the day, even with all those kills, Staten Island Tech walks away with 2 hits. Looking for more as Airliner's TP's back in.
They're coming for more. They want more. They want it.
Ender Dragon still doesn't have the ultimate up, so he is vulnerable here against such powerful damage from Airliners. He does almost get completely one-shot by Airliners for walking up too far. Epic Gamer almost does the damage to shut down this chase, but the level difference between them is just too much. And without Ender Dragon, there's no sustained damage on Brooklyn Tech, and Vera Nasher is just completely shredding the rest of Brooklyn Tech.
They're just walking into their base. There's nothing they can do.
And with so much of their team just gone, Ender Dragon's forced to just try his absolute hardest just to clear these still barren waves. You see him, Ender Dragon, going for an aggressive pick, trying to do anything he can to get any pick on while the Staten Island Tech is still isolated. Epic Gamer Cool going completely in the last-ish effort, but it looks like Brooklyn Tech will be going down here. No matter how big of an ult from Angelica, able to pick one. Ganyuki do something here, pick off. He picks off Extremely Curious, but Vera Nasher is still just there waiting for him. And the Nexus will go down even through the valiant effort of Brooklyn Tech. Such a very bloodthirsty game from both teams, playing super aggressive. Ender Dragon pulling out so many great plays. Epic Gamer Cool so close to making comeback kills, but Staten Island Tech was just too ahead.
Were they trying to speedrun this game? Who knows? We should probably do the MVP cam.
Yeah, we'll see. I wonder how these players are feeling after such like a adrenaline-filled game. Both teams just constantly running at each other and fighting. Airliner's doing the most damage in the game, no surprise. 4-item Jace able to just decimate the enemy team.
You want to bring Airliners in here for an MVP talk?
Let's see who they decide as the MVP. And I will guess that it's Airliners.
Who could see this coming?
Oh, we actually see they call typical sounds as the MVP.
Oh, there's support. You know what?
Soraka able to have so much impact.
Fair option, because we see a lot of saving with the heals.
This is alright. Just getting him ready for the interview. Typical sounds. He's such an integral part of so many of the plays. We do remember him able to save Extremely Curious at so many points, flashing for the sake of his team. But I guess that lead gained for them. I guess he's ready to come in. Let's see what Typical Sounds has to say here. Hello, Mr. Typical Sounds. How are you feeling after such an explosive game right there?
It was fine, I guess. Although thanks, Soraka. I love Soraka.
Alright.
Well, clearly your team saw plenty of value in what is just a support pick, but it was how do you feel after so many like clutch saves, able to hold the lead for your team? You're able to save Extremely Curious after so many times. It's just
yeah, I know she's kind of she's a troll, but you know I gotta help her because she sucks at ADC. But all good. You know she wanted to play
Alright.
ADC
No,
today, so but you know she played well. I'll give her that. But you know, I hope I get ADC again and not her because she sucks. All good.
Alright.
all right. It's even with the sudden role swap. I'm so glad that you're able to just take this support mindset, just be
Yeah.
there for your teammates, even though in lane they did seem to not be there completely. Well,
Yeah.
kudos to you and your team for winning this last streamed game of the season. You guys did excellent. That was incredible playing from all of you.
Yeah.
Any
Thank you.
last words you have to say as the MVP for your team?
I was gonna say I think support is OP, and if you play support, you're boosted. But all good.
Alright.
That's so real. You heard it here first, fellas. From the ADC main forced onto his supporting role.
I also do believe that this is the first time we actually MVP a support.
Wait,
I
I
guess
must be the
that
goat
just
then. Holy shit.
yeah, I guess that just
I,
goes to show what these high school teams value, which is the big damage numbers, the big numbers, which we see coming out of players like Aeroliners here at the end.
yep.
Oh my god. Okay. So, well, that about. Thank you so much for joining us, Typical Sounds, and congrats on your win. And we hope to see Staten Island Tech do as well as they did this game in our playoffs. I'm
All
gonna
right. Thank you. Have a
Nice.
nice
say
day.
good night to
Have a
you.
nice night.
All right. Good night.
All right,
Alright.
ladies and gentlemen, that is looking like that is going to be it for today. That was such an explosive game, and honestly, this is, considering I've only shoutcasted for Staten Island Tech so far, I'm glad that they have delivered both times for such entertaining games.
Mm-hmm.
All
So
right,
you want to sign this off?
I guess. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining and being here for this final stream of the 2023 season. And we look forward to all of these esports staff here at the LOL division. Hopes to see you back for the playoffs coming soon. And that is it. Just make sure to cheer on all of your teams and support your clubs and practice, practice, practice in this downtime until playoffs.
Yep.
That's it, everyone, and have a good night.
Bye.